Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do this soft glam look for you guys, showing you how I get my flawless looking skin. Kind of flawless, a little bit? I think so. And pouty lips. So if you want to see how to create it, keep on watching. So we're going to start off with the skin, and for my primer I'm going to be using Bare Minerals Combo Control Milky Face Primer. I just like to kind of drip that. And then rub that in. If you have more oily skin, I recommend using a silicone based primer. Those are the ones I usually use when my skin's been really dry recently. And if you do use that one, I recommend Smashbox. Their clear one, my absolute favorite. The way I make my skin look pretty smooth, I mean, I don't have really bad skin right now. I just have a few scars, a little bit of marks. But the way I cover that up, before your foundation, just put on some concealer in those spots. I don't like to do that whole color correcting thing just because I always end up mushing around the colors and mixing it into my foundation and it looks really disgusting. So unfortunately, I can't do that. My nose is always super red, so I just kind of like that. And then I'm just gonna take a little brush and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills A6. I know it's for eyeshadow, but it works for this really well. And I do use a concealer that's a little bit more orange. I know you're supposed to use green to take away red, but for some reason this works better for me. The green just washes me out completely. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit of powder, and I'm using Patrick Starr's powder from MAC. I know you're not supposed to put cream on top of powder, but I'm just saying this works for me really well. I don't put a lot, just like enough in those areas so that it won't move. For my foundation, I'm going to be using Gillette's Cushion Complexion in the shade Nude and Fenty Beauty's foundation in 320. I'm just gonna mix that. I always put the darker one first and put it right in those areas that you would want to contour anyway. And then this foundation goes in all the highlighting spots. And then make sure to dab so that none of the concealer underneath moves anywhere. Just dab it all in. Always make sure to go over your ear. I don't know if you've ever taken a picture where your foundation stops here and your ear is a total different color. It's not a good look. Just want to make sure there are no blotches. Really press that in. Now before we set anything, I'm just gonna use a cream highlighter, and this is Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. I'm just gonna put this right around where you would highlight regularly. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our concealer, and I'm gonna be using NARS Creamy Concealer in Ginger. And we're just gonna beauty blend that. I like to do this really quickly, so I'm gonna be using Bare Minerals Tan to Dark Contour Face Shaping Powder Trio. I'm gonna set the concealer with that color. I always get my brush ready and have some on it. This is serious. Ready to go. Now that that's set, we can set the entire face using that same powder we used to set the concealer to cover up the marks. And I'm just going to be using this big Morphe brush. It doesn't have a number, but it's nice and fluffy. Now we're gonna move on to our bronzer, and I'm gonna use MAC's Give Me Sun just to warm up the face a little bit. And I'm gonna use Morphe's Rose Gold brush. I don't know the names of them. And I always just go in a 3. I concentrate it right under the cheekbone first, then up to the forehead, and any excess product I just bring down. And just to deepen that up a little bit more, I'm gonna go in with the same Bare Minerals palette and use this very first brown shade. And if you ever think you get it too far, you can always just go in with your powder brush and kind of fix it. So now we're gonna contour the nose with that same color. And I'm just using an Anastasia Beverly Hills A14 brush. And then I just use this fluffy brush to just blend it all out. So now that that's done, we're gonna go in with some blush. So the blush I'm using isn't actually a blush. It's actually from the Smashbox Contour Palette. This is the darker one, and I go in with this kind of reddish shade. So now we're gonna do the eyebrows, and I'm just gonna try and keep this kind of natural for the most part. I'm gonna use Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown. And I just don't want it to be too heavy. Because this is a soft glam look, I really want it to be as light as possible. And to clean it up, we're just gonna take a concealer brush and a little bit of concealer. And then just use the spoolie to soften up any harsh edges. So because we're doing a soft glam look, I'm gonna be using Morphe's 15D Day Slayer palette. And since I've already put concealer on my eyelids, all I'm gonna do is reset them with that same powder that we were using for our face. And then we're gonna start by warming up the crease with this natural. That's gonna be our transition shade. And I'm gonna be using Makeup Forever's 218 blending brush. Gonna make sure to get it in the outer V and in the crease. Keep it concentrated on the outer half of the lid. If you need to, just take a clean blending brush and get rid of any lines. Next, I'm gonna go into Editor, and apply that basically in the same place, just a little bit lower. And you can grab some more of that natural and just blend that editor out. Now we're going to take some Spark using our finger and placing that right on the lid. And to get it to go higher, I always like pull my lid a little bit. That'll get it to blend in. Now with that editor again, we're just gonna deepen up the outer V a little bit and blend these colors together. So for the under eye, I'm just gonna take that editor and just smudge it right under there. Then take that clean fluffy brush and just blend that out. I don't like my looks to be very bottom heavy. Because it's a soft look, you don't need too much under there. So for our highlighter, I'm gonna be using MAC Cosmetics Hyper Real Glow. And for my highlight, I'm gonna be using MAC Cosmetics Hyper Real Glow. I'll be using this one for my inner corner and my brow bone. Probably my cheeks and my nose too. And I'm just gonna use this Anastasia Beverly Hills A14 pencil brush. You can wet your brush just like a little bit with water if you want the pigmentation to come out a little bit better. And same for the brow bone. I'm just gonna use that brown to blend those together. Same for the cheeks. I always blend out with my finger just to make everything kind of like a gradient. You could leave it like this if you really wanted to, and like just do mascara and lashes if you want. But I'm a big liner girl, so I'm gonna do a little bit of liner. So I just press it against my lash line. Don't fear the liner. Flick it out a little. There you go. And then we're gonna do some mascara, and I'm gonna use Lancome's Monsieur Big in waterproof. I didn't even know they had waterproof, but I got it in the mail today, and this is gonna be my first time using it, so kind of a review. Let's see how it goes. Stab myself in the eye. Yeah. Please don't water. Always do 2 coats, but that's just me. It's actually curling my lashes really well too. Lashes. And lastly, we just have lips to do. And when I do a soft glam look and you kind of just like regular makeup, not too much makeup on the eyes, I always do a sort of natural pink lip. What I try and go for. So I'm gonna start with lip balm, and I'm just gonna use Buxom's Power Plump Lip Balm, and it kind of turns your lips to a natural pink, so I really like that. So I'm gonna also share with you guys a little secret. It's not really a secret, but just something I found of how to make your lips look a little bit fuller, a little bit more like pouty. So you can start lining your lips and line them on the actual line, just on the outside, just in like the first third. Yeah, so you're gonna line it just for the first third, line directly on your lip line. Don't try and overline this. Just like that. And then when you get to 1/3 of the way in, then you're gonna drop it under. And you're gonna line under your lip. And then go back onto your lip. And same thing here. On the lip, right in the middle, draw over. And I just use Max Boldly Bare for this. So I'm gonna go over the middle with Soar. And then I'm gonna go over that with Kinda Sexy. Most people would pair this look with a more nude lip, but not for me. I don't really love nude. Like light pink is just where I live. That's what I'm here for. My hair is always a mess and I never have it done just because it's just so long and there's not much that I can do with it. So, sorry about that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Yes.